Welcome in, Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
For you in Huntsville, Texas.
It's our birthday. Jerica, is it your birthday today?
It is. It says right there. It's my birthday today.
Jerica, hey, let's start out. Okay, hold on. Let's welcome in. I know we're already jumping the gun here, Jason.
I know. We're way jumping the gun. I just saw that.
We're excited this morning. Why don't we go ahead and just do this right away? I missed this last week. That's your happy birthday horn to Jerica chiming in. Happy birthday to you.
I'm going to let you do the
Man,
singing.
I was trying to get you to sing.
I am not going to sing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jerica from Fargo, North Dakota. Don't you know? Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Jerica.
Jerica, happy birthday to you. We were just talking in the middle. You know, whenever we come on the show, there's always a lot of fun that goes on behind the scenes. Kim Weiser going to be joining us here in a few moments. She's the executive director, CASA, Walker, San Jacinto, Trinity Counties. She'll be joining us. Excited to have her. She got to see firsthand some behind-the-scenes action.
She did, and I think she's a little concerned.
The good news is she is still here in our studio.
We didn't scare her off yet.
She did not leave yet. Hey, good morning, Huntsville. Welcome in on a Tuesday. As always, wake up with the attitude of gratitude. We're so thankful that you are deciding to spend your morning with us here. We always love bringing the positivity of our community, celebrating all things good here in Huntsville, Texas. As always, we are in our studio downtown here in Huntsville. Studio is made possible by Elliott's Jewelers. Check them out online at elliotsjewelers.com. And a big heartfelt thank you to Paul Oley of the Gallery for all of your custom photography, framing. Hey, man, if you need family photos, Bridget and I have already said Christmas photos, we're going to call Paul. So
yeah, that would be good.
There used to be a chiropractor that was on TV. Did I say that right? Chiropractor?
I'm not sure.
Say that word. Say that word, Jason.
Chiropractor.
Chiropractor. Sounds kind of weird. Chiropractor.
I should be able to say it. I mean, they're the big college down in Pasadena. The big chiropractic college down there.
It just sounds, you know what, that word kind of, people are going to be like, Rob, quit me. I'm not poking fun. I'm from Texas too, but it kind of sounds like an East Texas word.
It could be. I
Because just
don't know.
think about Jason one day when we're like 80 years old, we're sipping on some toddies, smoking a cigar, from the couple $100s we made in our lifetime.
There you go.
And I didn't say millions, just a couple hundred.
Yeah, a couple hundred, right.
Couple hundred. You'll be the millionaire, I'll be the hundredaire. But we're just sitting there chilling, smoking on a cigar.
From the corner store, probably.
Corner store. And we're talking about chiropractors. It just sounds East Texas.
It does.
How's your bones feeling? Well, yesterday I went to the chiropractor. It's better than going to other doctors, though.
I guess. I don't know.
There's other doctors that you don't want to go to.
Right.
Like you have to get that checkup whenever you're 50 years old. That doctor you don't want to go to.
No. And if you have to do that, make sure they have small fingers.
All right. That'll do it for the show here on a Tuesday.
There we go.
Just kidding. Hey, big thank you, as always, to Jason Thompson as well of Guardian Defense. He is our Tuesday Foundation 5 sponsor. We couldn't bring you this show without our great friends at Guardian Defense. Jason, what have you been up to, man? I missed you last week. It's good to be
the
back.
internet was acting up. We couldn't do the remote thing. That's what happens when you live in the woods, man.
That's all right. It's good to have you back, though, man.
I was upset. My week just really wasn't that good since I didn't get to be on the show.
Well, we got to figure out a way to change that, Jason. So you're back here
Yeah,
today.
I'm back. Yeah, we just can't do the remotes,
Yeah. Well, you're back. I'm back. All is well.
All is well.
Big thank you, by the way, to Garrick Long holding down the fort last week.
Oh, he did. Garrick did such a good job for you, buddy.
Yeah, he was. He kind of came. I don't want to say like on a whim because we had talked about it, but Garrick really stepped up and helped us out huge. And we appreciate him very, very much. Hey, let us know you're out there this morning, such as Stephanie Pitts over at Advantage Specialties saying, good morning, guys. I got to get our T-shirt orders in before the end of the day today for Rays of Hope. So,
Well, I'll be nice. I won't put my T-shirt order in too early.
Yeah, well, I'm putting mine in a little bit late, but Melissa said as long as you get it to us by the end of the day, everything will be good. So getting those ready, we just wanted to secure a few more sponsors. By the way, we do have sponsorship opportunities available for Rays of Hope. I wanted to jump right in talking about that because today is the deadline for the T-shirt sponsors. We'd love to have your business support this event that we are having. We're going to be able to bless 5 different nonprofits here in our community that they have identified some needs, and we all know that Christmas is such a big spirit of giving. We'll talk to Kim here in a little bit about their event coming up on Friday. But just like they're having their event here in the middle of the summer, there's a lot of nonprofits that need help, not just on December the 25th or in that month. They need help year-round.
All Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff like that, there's groups that need to help year-round.
Yep, and that's what we're hoping to do with our inaugural Rays of Hope fundraising drive. It'll happen on Saturday, July the 29th from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Elliott's Jewelers is our presenting sponsor for that, but we still have hourly sponsorships available. It's going to be really cool. We're going to go live every hour starting at 6 a.m. on social media, talking about the event, trying to get folks to come out there. The nonprofits, Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, Safe House, the Huntsville Care Center. And man, I'm going to leave out one here. I knew I would do this if I start naming them. Rita B. Huff and HISD Social Services. Got them all.
Cool.
And so those items that they will be needing will be mentioned on the website on the article here coming up in just a couple of days. But we'd love to have your support. So maybe if you're a business out there and you said, hey, I'd like to get involved, we have sponsorships as low as just $150 is all. T-shirts are $350, but those are going to go a long way. We're giving away 200 of those. And here's the really cool thing. For folks that are going to be able to donate items driving through, it's going to be at the HEB parking lot. Big shout out to Zach over there for helping with this event.
I love HEB.
Great folks, man. Here, everything's better. That was their motto. I guess it still is.
I think so.
But we're excited about it. And if you come through, cash donations, $20 will get you a shirt, or an item of $20 value or more will get you a shirt as well.
Oh,
and
cool.
We'll be detailing that. But this is going to be a really fun event. On top of that, giving away swag bags for this event.
Oh,
so
that should draw some attention.
It should, because Fat Boys Pizza, Shane Christian said, I want to get involved, and we're going to have some coupon codes in there for Fat Boys Pizza. He's got a new trailer, by the way, that he's cruising around now, can bring it out to other places, so not just in Riverside.
Not just in Riverside.
That's right.
So you can do events and stuff.
Exactly. So we appreciate that. Many others, also Bay's Achievement Center helping out with that is now, of course, our Foundation 5 sponsors. So it's going to be great. So you'll get a bag if you come through. We'll have 200 of those. And then on top of that, Elliott's Jewelers, our presenting sponsor for Rays of Hope, has been so generous, Jason, and he said, you know what, let's do a raffle every single hour. And so every hour for folks that come by and donate $20 cash, they'll get a T-shirt.
Right.
They will automatically get entered, if they want to be, into the raffle.
Oh, that's cool.
And this raffle will be giving away jewelry valued at $100 to $300 every single hour.
Really?
Throughout the entire event.
Oh, that's amazing.
So, and you don't need to be present to win. I saw something, the phrase was like, need not be present to win. I don't know where that came from because it just sounds weird. Have you ever heard that before?
I've seen it before, but it just doesn't strike home.
Need not be present. I just say you don't have to be there and you'll still win.
There.
Yeah.
I like that a lot better.
You don't have to be there.
That's at East Texas in this.
That's all right. You ain't got to be there. Don't worry about it.
That's it.
Chiropractor.
Chiropractor.
Hey,
I'm going to be
friends.
thinking about chiropractor all day.
George Pitts joining us, Santa George, this morning. There's a lot of comments that are already coming in. I just didn't flip them up on the screen until just a few moments ago. A new little feature we've got on the right side that we can pull up from time to time. But Santa George is joining us. George, looking forward to having you out as well. And I will get back to you. You had texted me yesterday, and so we'd love to have you. If you could be there all day or half the day, man, we'd love to have you out and have your help. And that's one other thing. I know I'm rambling on here about this event, but maybe you said, Rob, I can't support financially, but I still want to be involved. Come out and help.
Yeah.
We need volunteers. Sam Houston women's basketball is going to be out there helping as well. So if you'd like to just come out and volunteer and help us receive items as they come in, we'd love to have you out there. Just come hang out with us for a few hours.
I'll bring one of my trailers up to put everything in.
Okay, great idea, man. Thank you.
Bring one of the cargo, if not both of them.
Yeah. Well, you got that thing loaded. I know because I've seen it 5 times now, man, when you've helped me move.
You hadn't seen it loaded when we go to the gun shows, though. That's like Tetris.
You get that thing to the brim, man, right?
It's Tetris, man. Everything has its home.
There you go. Jason Thompson, Guardian Defense, also Guardian Moving Company.
Yeah, there we
to
go.
Huntsville soon. Jason, what else has been going on? I know you guys have had several gun shows the past couple of
we've been doing
weeks.
some gun shows. We've got some classes coming up last weekend of the month. Of course, Saturday, we'll see what happens for that day. I'm kind of holding off on a Saturday class so I can go help with the Raise of Hope. And then Sunday, we're going to do a Texas LTC course. It's about half full right now. So there's still plenty of time if that's something you want to attend. Or take a refresher. Maybe you want to use one of those gift certificates we gave out. Now would be a great time. And yes, so everybody knows, we do shoot while it's still fairly cool in the morning. That's when we do the qualification.
Yeah, I had a question about this, and this is a serious question because whenever we talk firearms, now I'm saying I'm going to be serious, and I can't because the word came out really East Texas. Forearms. Oh, gosh, man. Let me get a drink of water. I think my mouth's a little dried up today. There we go.
There we go.
A little water to get it going. I have ammunition at the house, and obviously now with Braylon and Caden, of course I want to keep everything put up. It's not good to have stuff laying around. But when we moved, I had some shotgun shells that I was like, where did those things come from? And they were just kind of in a box. Mm-hmm. I've always wondered, can ammunition detonate if it's dropped or something like that happens?
It can, but it's very, very rare.
Okay.
I mean, all the puzzle pieces have to be just right, depending on the ammo. Okay? Most of the time, if it's a center fire, which means it has a primer or area for the primer to strike, not on the rim, you have to hit that with a fair amount of force for it to ignite the primer.
So if you drop it, typically it should not.
It should not go off.
Should not go off, yeah. Well, just be careful. Keep things put up. How about that? Then you don't have to worry about it.
There you go. Get you a gun cabinet. Get you a gun safe. There's all kind of ways to keep stuff safe from your kids.
Well, again, friends, want to welcome you in here on a Tuesday. Good morning, Huntsville. Thanks for waking up with us. Let us know this morning what you're thankful for today. George Pitts already saying earlier, saying good morning and howdy, folks and neighbors. Appreciate that. I like he also said a swag bag is also another meaning for summer stocking.
Summer stocking.
Santa George calls it the summer stocking, so that's a good one there, George.
Yeah.
Jennifer chiming in as well this morning. Appreciate you as always. Thanks for being here. And I love what she's so positive, and we appreciate that on this show. She says, good morning, Huntsville. Let's get at it and have a blessed day. Also, Rachel Drake is joining us on Huntsville, Texas News and Events. We can't see those on this interface, but that's why I keep my phone up. So good morning to Rachel, and also Jay Elms chiming in today.
Awesome.
Well, friends, as I stated earlier, we have a great show lined up today because we have a great young lady here with us that we'll be bringing on in just a few moments. Our good friend and the executive director of CASA of Walker, San Jacinto, and Trinity Counties. It is Kim Weiser. We'll step aside. We'll take a break. More to come. It's your show. It's not my show. It's kind of Jason's show. It's definitely not my show.
No, it's your show.
It's our show.
It's
Jason.
our show.
It's our show. It's your
We're
show.
going to share it.
We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. This is Good Morning Huntsville. Hey, friends, welcome back in. Good Morning Huntsville on a Tuesday. What is that, Terrific Tuesday?
Yeah, let's call it Terrific Tuesday.
Terrific Tuesday. What other words are good words that start with a T?
I don't know.
Terrific's the only
Yeah.
one.
Terrific's
I'm not
really
gonna
the
come up
only
with more
one.
than terrific this
What is-
early in the morning.
What does tenacious mean? I'm so bad with words.
I don't know. You have a.
I'm very
you
bad
have
at
fun.
defining words.
Yeah, tenacious Tuesday. Not really. That Terrific
Nah.
Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll do Terrific
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Well, good to see you guys. Welcome in. Kim Weiser joining us today.
Thank
Good
you.
to see
Good
you,
to be
Kim. It's so
here.
good to have you
It's
on
really
today.
good to be here.
Kim Weiser joining us. She is the executive director of CASA of Walker, San Jacinto, and Trinity Counties.
Yes, sir.
A big
That's a
event.
big area.
It is. It's a lot. How many square miles is that? It's got
Oh
to
my
be.
gosh, I have no idea.
It's a lot, though.
Yeah, it's a pretty good chunk. Trinity County, especially. I mean, there's just lots of little pockets of Trinity County that people don't realize is part of Trinity County. You know, I guess in Huntsville we immediately think of Trinity. And
Yeah,
then
but
their
it goes
county
back.
seat is
It
in
goes back to the
Groveton.
east and kind of north. It goes way up there.
And there's just lots of little small communities in Trinity County and San Jacinto County too, but especially in Trinity. That was one of the things I learned a lot about when I came to CASA was just these little bitty communities tucked away in Trinity County.
Well, Kim, let us. I always love to see you. I remember when I first came to Huntsville, and Dave Donahue was where I used to work. Our GM, loved Dave, miss Dave every day. I still talk to him probably, honestly, once a month at least. And we came to I remember telling him, I said, one of the biggest things, I said, if he brought me to Huntsville full time, and I said, man, we have got to be really involved with the chamber. And so we went to an event there when you guys were in the bank building. And I remember that, and that's where I first met you. And I'll never forget that. And I just remember walking into y'all's office, and I said, this is just a place of joy. Everyone there was so happy, enthused, energetic. And I bought a ornament that helped to sponsor a child.
Oh yeah,
And
I remember now.
And I still have that ornament, and I've got to find it, though, because then as I moved, I put it in a box, but I use it as a coaster for my drinks.
Yep, I think that was maybe the COVID year when we did Christmas in July, all virtual, and we had maybe a business after hours or something.
That's what it was. You
that
guys
we had
hosted a business. You
at our
did.
office. Yep, I distinctly remember that now. You buying that ornament.
And I remember, and that's where I met Emily and coined her as the smile of Huntsville.
The
Which
smile
she
of Huntsville.
is.
So, well, Kim, let us know just a little bit about you, just your backstory, how you got to Huntsville, and all those fun things, and then we'll tie that into how you became the executive director of CASA.
Okay. Well, I guess just about me. I am originally from Houston. I was born and raised in Houston, lived there my entire life, lived in the same house growing up for my entire life. Both of my parents went to Sam Houston here in Huntsville, and then my older brother chose to go to Sam Houston. He was a year ahead of me in college, and therefore, my senior year told my parents that I would go anywhere but Sam Houston because
Anywhere
I just
but Sam
wasn't
Houston?
anywhere but Sam Houston. And so I applied to, 6 or 8 different universities around Texas. And I think I came up here to visit my brother one weekend, maybe in March of my senior year, and went to my parents and said, I think I'm going to Sam Houston. And
That's
so
good.
I didn't apply here until, very late in my senior year, but obviously was accepted and then moved here to go to college. I ended up doing my undergraduate and master's program back to back at Sam Houston, and then ended up just in the nonprofit world immediately after graduation. And so I've been working for nonprofits in Huntsville now for, I guess, 12 years or so.
Cool.
And just really enjoy, what I do and being a part of the Huntsville community, and definitely didn't think that I was going to come to Huntsville and never leave. I think Russell Humphrey said the same thing yesterday, that had someone told him that he was going to move to Huntsville to go to college and never turned back.
Never turned
He
back.
wouldn't have believed him. And I'm the same way. And I fought really hard to not come to Sam Houston, but apparently it's what God had for me. So now I'm part of the club in my family of all the Sam Houston graduates.
I
That's
like that.
amazing.
You know what we need to start making, this is a t-shirt idea. Justin Killingsworth and I always talk about t-shirts that we need to start making and selling here on Hello Huntsville. We got a new one. We'll have the Huntsville Club.
The Huntsville Club.
The Huntsville Club.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I like
And
that.
Bearcat
What's it?
Orange?
Well, yeah, it can't be
Or-
the exact orange though, because we don't need
Well,
trademark
kinda
infringement.
close.
So
Something close.
yeah, what do you think? Would you buy a Huntsville Club shirt if we had them?
It depends what you're defining as the Huntsville Club.
It could be anything. Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Kim Weiser joining us again, Executive Director this morning, CASA of Walker, San Jacinto, and Trinity Counties. We certainly appreciate her being here and just bringing some positive energy here in this studio. I said it earlier, whenever literally I walked into y'all's office, there was just this overwhelming joy. And you ladies and staff, and not just ladies, you have guys that work with y'all as well and volunteers, but y'all have such a tremendous task in front of you every day with CASA. It's an organization that we wish didn't have to exist, but it does, and children need a voice. And let us know a little bit more just about CASA. I know we've talked about it before briefly on this show, but let us know what it stands for. I know what it stands for, but I'll let you say it, the court-appointed special advocate. But let us know more about what CASA is and just really the mission of what CASA does.
So I'm just going to comment for a minute that I'm so glad that you say that about the spirit and energy of our office and organization, because you are right that what we do at CASA can be heavy sometimes and challenging some days, and it has always been important to us to just have a community that all of our advocates, all of our board members, all of our staff just can come in, feel like family, feel supported, feel loved, and know that even though we're dealing with difficult things, we're kind of all in it together, and we're going to have fun doing it. But at CASA, like you said, court-appointed special advocates is what CASA stands for. And we are working with the foster youth in our community, so Walker, San Jacinto, and Trinity Counties. So any of the kids that have been removed from their home by CPS due to abuse or neglect automatically come into the care of our program. And so if a child has been removed from their home by CPS and placed, whether it's with another relative, in a traditional foster placement, or sometimes in specialized care, depending on the needs of the child, we're going to assign a volunteer advocate to that child's CPS case. And the role of our advocates is really just to walk these kids through this season while they're in foster care. For most of our kids, that's maybe 15 or 18 months that
Really that
they
long?
are involved with the foster care system. And so our advocates come in, they're meeting regularly with the kid, which is the most important part of their job. And I say kid, but we have everything from 0 to 18 being served by our program. But beyond just having that relationship with the child, they are developing relationships with everyone in that child's network. So they're talking to the child's caregiver or foster parents. They're talking regularly with the child's birth parents, checking in on how they're doing, what they're doing to amend the issues that maybe brought the child into foster care so that they can get the child back into their home. They're talking with teachers and counselors and medical providers, and really just getting a whole scope view of everything that's going on in that child's life while they're in foster care, so that they can go back to the judge and say, I feel like this child's doing really well, or I feel like this child is not doing really well. We need to add services in order to help this child deal with whatever is going on in their life. And we are really blessed to have great judges that listen to CASA and respect the role of CASAs. Our volunteers are volunteers, and so they have no reason to be in that courtroom other than
They want to be there.
a heartfelt investment in that child. And if they didn't care about the kid, they wouldn't be there
Yeah,
at all.
sure.
There
And
you
so
go.
Our judges really respect that about our volunteers and really listen to what they have to say. And if our volunteers express a concern in the courtroom, they take it seriously and say, okay, what do we need to do to fix this problem in the child's life? So yeah, that's kind of in a nutshell what our CASAs are doing. Of course, at the office, we're doing primarily the supportive role. We only have 6 people on staff. And so our role is to train new CASA advocates, recruit and train new CASA advocates, and provide support to our volunteers. So attending court with them, attending meetings with them, making sure that they're staying up to date on any new legislation happening within the system or new guidelines that are happening within the CASA system, whatever it may be, that we're just there
So
to guide and
it's
support
an
them.
in-depth thing to be a volunteer, is what you're saying.
Yes, it is. It is a pretty serious volunteer role, and I don't ever want to diminish any role of volunteers because volunteers needed everywhere, just like our event this week. We have volunteers that sometimes we just need people to come and open the door for us and serve
Right.
food. But becoming a CASA advocate is definitely a higher level of volunteerism and quite a commitment.
So do they go through a training or something to be a volunteer, depending on what they want to do with your organization?
Yeah, so if they want to come in to be a CASA, we have a pretty specific training regimen that everyone goes through. And so they'll get screened on the front end. We'll do an interview with them, kind of what brings them to us, why they're interested in CASA, what they want to do with CASA. We do background checks, both through CPS and criminal background checks. And then our training course it's about 32 classroom hours.
Okay.
That is spread over a 2-week period. And so we do training on all facets, both background information about what brings kids into foster care, how to actually do the role of a CASA, how to testify in court, how to write a court report, things to keep in mind when visiting your child, safety measures, things like that. And then they'll do a court observation, another interview at the end of the process. So it's a pretty in-depth, lengthy process. And I don't want to say that in a way that says, don't call us unless you're just really making time. We have a lot of CASAs that, I would say the majority of our CASAs work full-time and just kind of juggle the work of their role as a CASA with the other demands in their life. A lot of our CASAs have kids at home, and it's a very in-depth role, but outside of maybe courtroom, like when you're scheduled to be in the courtroom, a lot of the work of a CASA can be done within your own schedule. So
Okay.
on your lunch break, calling school counselors and medical providers or emails and things like that. So
Kim, you brought up some really good points because maybe somebody out there this morning is saying, hey, I want to volunteer, I want to be involved. I know, of course, nonprofit organizations always need the financial support, but volunteerism is huge with nonprofits that you'll speak with. And there's someone today, I really believe, saying, hey, I want to get involved, I want to be a part of this. But maybe there was that intimidation factor of saying, I've heard of CASA, but I'm really nervous about, I don't know anything about how the judicial process works or the court system. But you just mentioned it. All of that is through teaching and training. You can learn all of that.
yes, we do not throw anyone into the deep end of the pool without lots of swimming lessons before. So that is exactly what our staff does, is really to walk people through that process. So our new advocates, especially on their very first case that they take outside of following training, our supervisors are working pretty closely with them. Sometimes they'll go to the first child visit with them. They're always in the courtroom. Our advocates are never in the courtroom without a staff person standing immediately beside them. Any meetings, we meet with our advocates monthly or regularly as they need to process what's going on with their child, with that family, what our next steps are, what we need to accomplish in the months to come. So yeah, we're definitely not just going to throw you in and hope you survive. We are definitely here to provide that support. And that's because that's what our kids need. Our kids need consistency. And so we don't want someone to come into this child's life, get overwhelmed by the process, by all the things they need to do as a CASA, and then back out, and then us have to reintroduce someone else into that child's life.
Yeah, that's probably
that
not going forward.
Yeah, that is probably the most important thing to us at CASA, is that we want to come in and stay. and we are not going to step away until that case is over. And we strive very, very hard to make that happen with all of our CASAs. And so we have had advocates. We have an advocate right now that she's been on her case for the entire time I've been at CASA, which I've been there for 7.5 years. And
Really?
so she's been working with that child for 8-9 years now. And
9 years, that's a big commitment.
Just happens to be the case that she drew, and she has stayed committed to that child and is going to see it through, whatever the outcome of that case is. And so we have some really amazing volunteers that are willing to commit years of their life to support these
amazing.
kids.
Well, you talk about, just being that committed for so long, and you're drawn in. You become part of a family in a way, and these children need to have that voice. They need to have somebody that can help represent them and give them a voice that maybe they
Right.
don't have. Kim, I was going to ask, how long have you been there? You just mentioned over 7 years now. So I'll kind of lead into this question. Serving such a large area, whenever you think of 3 counties, so Tri-County, when you're talking about Walker, San Jacinto, and Trinity counties, what are some of the challenges that you guys face in the organization?
Well, the 3-county area is definitely just a challenge in itself. Obviously, with our office being here in Walker County, it's a little bit easier for us to stay connected with what's going on in Walker County. How can we get the word out about what CASA is doing, what our needs are in the program? That's a little bit more difficult in Trinity and San Jacinto County because we just have to be so intentional about making sure that we are physically inserting ourselves into those communities and showing up for the things
Right.
that are happening over there. And like y'all said, that's a big area.
That's a big area to cover.
And, even in San Jacinto County, there's the Cold Spring community and the Shepherd community that
Right.
don't necessarily cross as
Right,
much.
and then there's a lot of little communities kind of in between that area
Yes.
as well.
And so that, just kind of covering the space and staying well represented and well informed of what's going on in our whole service area can be a challenge. And really, volunteers is our biggest need all the time. And I don't just say that to say CASAs are our biggest need, because we of course need CASAs, but we've been trying really hard in the last few years to create volunteerism opportunities within our organization that are not just being a CASA. For some
Right,
people,
it may be somebody that doesn't have the time to be a CASA, or, that may just not be their cup of tea.
yeah, and it's just not right for them for whatever reason it may be. And so we're trying to create more opportunities within committees, within our board, within just little work groups of things happening within the organization, or even volunteering at events, ways that people can come in, engage with CASA in a way that utilizes their own strengths, whatever they love to do. How can we make it to benefit the kids in the organization, and plug people into more volunteerism roles other than just advocacy, which of course we're known for recruiting advocates.
Right.
But we are really looking to bring other people into the organization that just want to serve CASA in other ways than just being CASA advocate.
Well, that would be a good opportunity for some people as well.
Again, Kim Weiser joining us this morning. She is the executive director of CASA of Walker, San Jacinto, Trinity counties. I wanted to mention, I haven't been over there yet, and I need to get, it's like I'm sitting here, I can't use the excuse of we're just getting settled in, because I was counting on my fingers the other day, 5 months we've been back.
A new building.
We have a new building.
Let us know about that.
Yes. So we just recently, on April 1st, we moved to what used to be the First Financial Bank Annex
Yes.
building over on Pine Shadows. And, I mentioned before that I came to CASA 7 years ago. When I first came to CASA, we were in the 4th floor of First National Bank, and then we moved across the street to their motor bank at First
Right.
National Bank, and then we moved back across to the main bank building onto the 3rd floor. And the entire 7 years, we've just been talking about facilities. If we need a facility that can meet all the needs of our program, where our board can meet, our committees can meet, our advocates can come in and do child visits, our advocates have access to toys and diapers and the needs
Correct.
that our kids have. And we've just been racking our brain for all of these years of where can this be in Huntsville that will meet the needs of our program. And honestly, just all of the pieces just fell into place beautifully with us buying that building from First National Bank, or from First Financial Bank, and we were able to purchase it from them to make it CASA's hopefully forever home. And so it has been such a blessing. We have had a couple of times now that we've had 2 advocate post-training graduations that we've been able to host in our office. We can now host board meetings. We can have a committee meeting happening at the same time as board meeting, or training happening at the same time as staff meeting. And it's just been really great to be able to see the new opportunities that the office is opening for us, and allowing us to have a space where we can invite CPSN parents of kids in, have small conferences in a private space that we didn't have in our old office, and just be able to really invest in the advocacy for our kids in a different way. And it's great for advocates too, because we still have our child library. They have quicker and easier access to things when they need a birthday gift for their kids. So we are loving our new office, and I can't not mention that First Financial Bank deserves so much credit for getting us into that facility, that they also loved the idea of being able to have a nonprofit come in and utilize that building for continuing to provide services to the community. And they made a $150,000 contribution toward the purchase of the building to make it possible for us to come in there. So
that's amazing.
We are, they're our favorite neighbors to have, but we are just so grateful for the partnership with First Financial Bank and their deep investment in making sure that we were set up for success to be able to move into that building and expand and grow services and do things different and better for the kids.
Yeah, I love that. I was just showing some pictures there from, I believe, one of those graduations a few moments ago on your Facebook page. By the way, friends, if you haven't already, please go like CASA on Facebook. I'll put that link up here. And for those of you that are listening on the audio-only format, super simple. Just go to facebook.com/CASA of Walker County. Again, for those of you that are live right now or going back later looking at comments, I have put that on that comment section. Again, facebook.com/CASA of Walker County. Head over there right now on Facebook, like that page, and make sure that you keep up to date with all the great things that CASA is doing here in our community to be that voice for young people who need a voice. Well, one of the other reasons we wanted to have you on today, big event coming up at CASA.
Yeah,
big event. We
There
are
it is.
so excited. Man, we are the final countdown to Christmas in July. CASA, we love Christmas at CASA, and any chance to celebrate Christmas, we're going to jump on it. So we have our annual Christmas in July bingo event is coming up this week on Friday. And the event itself will feature 15 games of bingo. We'll have a silent auction. We do a live auction that specifically features artwork that's been completed by the children and our advocates together. And so the only thing that goes in our live auction is child artwork, and honestly, it's my favorite part of the event. I just love the art that our kids submit and seeing their personalities and character come out in the pieces that they're doing with their advocates. But yeah, we are just gearing up and we are excited. Jacinto Huntsville is our presenting sponsor again this year. We started Christmas in July Bingo in 2019, and Wiesner's been a part of it every year. They were our very first.
Clint is a great guy, isn't he?
Clint is so wonderful, and he has been so deeply supportive of CASA, and we're so grateful for Wiesner and all that they do to keep us running and help make us successful. But
so where is your big event this year?
So it's going to be at the fairgrounds this year, which we were at the fairgrounds last year as well. But our event is actually sold out as of the end of last week. We had one table left. That table got claimed. So we're taking a wait list right now of we might be able to plug in individual ticket buyers here and there. Sometimes we have seats open up just as things move around in those last few days leading up to the event. But we are just super excited. Sold out for us is 475 people.
That's great.
And
that is great.
We are just ecstatic to host the event. And Rob calls bingo for us. And
Rob's going to call bingo this week? That's awesome.
I don't know about
Rob.
any of that, but maybe
and
I'll be there.
It's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun all around the whole event. And so we're excited to host it and be there again.
Are there still and again, appreciate the opportunity to be there and just to support you guys, because again, I love what y'all do. Just giving a voice to young people who need to have that voice.
They do need that voice.
And it's important that CASA exists. It's important that there are folks that are volunteering, that are helping out, being a part of it. So thrilled to hear that it's sold out again. That is always great news, and a lot of fun out at the fairgrounds. Kim, I did want to ask too, is there still any tickets available for the golf cart raffle?
There are tickets available. I couldn't say precisely how many, but I will say that those tickets are selling. We so we have a custom golf cart that we're raffling this year, and we are only selling 750 tickets. And so I know that, tickets have been in lots of different locations. They were at Curves, Ernst, First Financial. I know that Paula over at Global Financial has sold what feels like 1 million tickets, but can't be more than 750. So I know that there are lots of tickets that have been sold. We still have tickets available, so if people wanted to drop by the office and buy a ticket, they can also buy them via Venmo. So they can just Venmo the CASA Venmo and say $25 for one raffle ticket or $100 for 5 raffle tickets, and just put their contact information in there, and we'll fill out their tickets at the office and put it in the drawing, so they don't even have to get up off their couch if they want to buy a raffle ticket.
That's the first thing I asked Emily when she
That's
reached out
easy.
to me. I said, Emily, can I Venmo you? She said yes. And so I will get that ticket ordered today. It's always fun to have Paula. Yeah, and tickets, you can purchase them at CASA. They're across from First Financial Bank, Curves, Ernst Jewelers, First Financial Bank, Global Financial Partners, which is Paula, TCS Flooring, Weldon over there, Walker County Federal Credit Union, and Wiesner, Huntsville, or by Venmo as well. So please get those tickets. Awesome golf cart, by the way. I saw a photo of it. We sold our golf cart when we moved to Fargo, and I kind of regret. I'm like, man, I wish we would have kept that thing.
Well, now you can maybe get one for
now-
just $25.
So maybe we can get one for $25, call it a day, and be good
Yeah,
with
that'd
it.
be
So,
awesome.
It is a really nice golf cart. Down South Custom Golf Carts was our partner in the raffle, and then Russell Humphrey on his mayoral campaign and Lone Star Interiors has sponsored that, all collectively together to make it possible for us to
Oh,
be able
that's
to get that
amazing.
golf cart into the doors at CASA. And yeah, those tickets are flying out. So if you want tickets,
get them.
buy them now.
Get them now. And again, I'll flash it up there on the screen one more time. You can get more information there by scanning that QR code. If you're on your computer, if you're on a phone, it's hard to scan the code, obviously. But if you're seeing this on a computer or a desktop, just put your phone right there and scan that code. And I'm sure folks can get more information as well on the website at casaofwalkercounty.org. Kim, again, such a joy to have you on. I think that we had when I was at my previous employer, we were doing a kind of a show similar to this, trying to get it going, and I came over to Curves and we had a live show there, and so that's when we last spoke about CASA, but now just very privileged to be able to bring it here under the Hello Huntsville platform and highlight the good and the positive happening here in our community. We've talked about a lot. Is there anything that we left out?
I just want to mention again, and I know I kind of mentioned it in passing, but we are very specifically on the hunt right now for people that have interest in serving with our board of directors. We have term limits, of course, on our director positions on our board, and we have a good handful of board members that are going to be completing their term limit in August of this coming year. And so we have a need to kind of refill the board from the back end of that, and so we are looking for people that might have interest in serving with our board of directors. It of course has its own level of commitment. It's very different than the commitment of our CASA advocates, but monthly meetings, involvement in committees, involvement in the work being done outside of committees, and just being invested in moving the mission forward at CASA, making sure that all the needs of the organization are getting met and that we're growing and expanding our programs for kids. And so if people are interested in being a board member, I would love to talk with them about it. We're going to have a couple of board 101s coming up in August and September, trying to bring on new members to start in January of this coming year, January of 24, obviously. So if people have interest in that, we would love to share more about what that looks like and see how we can bring people in and use their skills and talents to serve the kids in our program.
So if they're interested, they just give you a call at the office, stop by, email, anything?
All of the above, yeah. So they can email to the information at casaofwalkercounty.org account. They can call our office, which the number is 291-CASA. Very easy to remember that one.
936 at the beginning of that.
Yes.
936-291-CASA. And I don't have them up yet, but we'll have events posted on our Facebook account for the Board 101s that they can just go on and get the information and dates about those Board 101
And what is the Board
events.
101? Is that just like a preview? This is what your role would be?
That's exactly
Kind
what
of
it
an
is.
information type meeting?
It is an information meeting for what does it mean to join the board at CASA. And so it lasts for about an hour, and we talk about just the organization, what is our mission, who is on our staff, how many advocates do we have, what is the role of an advocate, And then we also go into, this is the strategic plan of the organization. This is kind of our path forward, our goals for the future, and the role of a board member. This is, if you sign on, this is what we're going to ask you to commit to doing, talking about specific meetings, specific committees, specific opportunities for them to get involved, so that people really know what they're signing
getting
on for.
into.
Yep.
Yeah.
We like people to be well prepared. We don't want people to come in and be surprised.
Give them your expectations up front.
For sure.
I like what the comment came in earlier. I haven't heard this word in a long time, so I love it. It's bringing me back to early 2000s, late 90s maybe. It says the golf cart raffle featuring a pimped out cart. There you go, man. Love that. Love that comment coming in there.
Pimped out cart.
Pimped out. That's what whenever I see Jason Thompson, kind of strutting into the studio here in the mornings on Tuesdays, he's kind of looks kind of pimped out.
Has that vibe.
Yeah, he's got that vibe, that swag going on, that swag.
Well, there are pictures of the golf cart. There's at least one picture on our website. I know that we've posted a couple of pictures on our Facebook, and all the specs of the golf cart are on our website too. So if people want to know very specifically, it is a battery-operated golf cart. That's a question we've gotten a lot, is whether it's
that's
gas
important for
or
Elkins.
battery.
You can't have gas in Elkins.
Yeah, so it is battery, but yeah, all of the
There's a
information.
picture that says "Win Me" on it.
Yeah, hold
Look
on.
at that, jacked up, man.
Kim, hold on one second. I'm
Can
trying
you
to
post it?
Yeah, trying to pop this up here. I'm running double duty here, Kim. So it's
He's producing and host.
yeah. Let's throw
A
this.
man of many talents.
No,
I
let's-
can't do two things at once like that.
Let's see if we can do this here on the fly. So I want folks to be able to see this cart. There's the cart right there. So pretty sweet, pimped out cart right there.
It
Pretty
is. It's
sweet
jacked
cart.
up.
Got
man.
some
Look
got
at
some
that.
swag to it. So
I know. My husband told me the other day that if he wanted, he was just going to ditch the vehicle and just drive the golf cart
Just drive
around
the golf
town.
cart.
awesome. Well,
Pimped
again,
out.
Kim, appreciate you so much. I like what George said here. He said the elves need a step ladder for getting in that golf cart. So it's kind of funny there, Santa George. Russell Humphrey was chiming in a little bit earlier as well, and I love what he said. He said CASA is who Huntsville is. When you think of what that
It really
organization
is.
embodies, that's exactly what this community is all about: giving back and lifting up others in need. Kim, again, appreciate you being here. Excited about bingo coming up. So
Yes.
Friday. How can folks maybe get on a wait list? Is there a wait list going on?
Yeah, so same thing. They can either call our office or email information at casaofwalkercounty.org. We do have a few names on the wait list right now. And like I said, occasionally seats will pop up open if people call and say, we bought our tickets, but we can't be there. And so we can plug people in. I don't think we'll have a whole table open up at this point, but we could still potentially plug a few people in. So yeah, definitely give us a call if they still want to come, and we will give them a call back if we have spots open in the next few days.
Stephanie Pitts was chiming in earlier too, saying our table can't wait for bingo Friday night. So she's got a table. And then Karen Denman on Huntsville, Texas News and Events Group, she had commented saying, we have a few more tickets, those raffle tickets at Walker County Federal Credit Union. So you can go over there as well and get those tickets today. So Kim, thank you so much for being on.
It was so good to be here and just chat about all things.
Yeah, been a pleasure. Jason, the question we always ask every guest.
It is. What do you love most about Huntsville?
Oh man, it's a hard question to answer. And I feel like y'all probably get this answer a lot, but I just really love this sense of community within Huntsville, especially in the business community, that it's so supportive and uplifting, encouraging, and really just what y'all are doing on this show. There's just so much good happening in this community, and if you really open your eyes and look around to try to find the good, it's not hard at all to find it.
No, not in Huntsville.
And we just have good people doing good things and loving each other in the process, and so I just love the kindness and support of the Huntsville community.
I feel like singing again. There's that old country song, people, loving people.
You're really in a singing mood today.
Every time
Ron.
I do that, the numbers drop way down and we lose viewers and listeners. So
Then we have to talk to make up for it.
yeah, and then we don't sing anymore. So it's
People are
it's
just
over.
signing off like, okay,
Yeah,
end the
that's-
show.
No more Rob singing on the podcast.
Enough of that. We're
You just
done
need to
with
do
it.
a poll on more singing, less singing,
Yeah, it
way less.
the poll would be
singing.
like get Rob off the show. That would be like if there was 100, take a look at it like 100 votes, 98 of them would be for that. The other two would just be people accidentally clicked on something else. So a lot of fun. Well, Kim, appreciate you so much. Again, please support CASA of Walker County. We need all the support we can for our area nonprofits and CASAs. one of those great ones. Again, CASA-WalkerCounty.org. Kim, thanks for being on with us today.
Yes,
we'll catch
ma'am.
up with you soon, and
For sure.
and we'll continue to celebrate all things good happening here, including CASA.
Thank you.
And go buy your raffle tickets.
Go buy your raffle tickets.
And as the old Pentecostal preacher said down in Louisiana, get on down here and get the rest of it. That's what he said. So get on down there and get the rest of those raffle tickets,
There you
Jason.
go.
We'll step aside. We'll take a break as we'll wrap it up in our final segment. And when we come back, stay with us. We'll find out, what is it the national day of today? Will it be ice cream day? No, that was the other day. I have no idea what it is. It's going to be a surprise to you and I both, Jason.
Okay.
It may be.
We're good with surprises.
It was actually Paula. Paula, we've got your prize, by the way. I need to coordinate with you. Paula won $50. She can buy 2 more raffle tickets. But we called each other the 3 dumplings on Friday, and it was National Nude Day. And so we asked Paula if she'd like
did
for the
hear
3
that.
dumplings to show up, in her property and give her a showing. And she said absolutely not. So we did not celebrate National Nude Day in Paula's yard.
I'm
It's
glad.
probably for the best. Probably
Absolutely for the best. We'll step aside. We'll take a break. Stay with us. More to come as we wrap it up here on your show. It's Good Morning Huntsville. Back at it. Good morning, Huntsville. How you doing? Time to get to work.
Is it 8 o'clock yet?
Oh, I'm out of breath, man. That horn just takes me out of breath, Jason.
Yeah, we need to hook it back up to the whatever the compressor it came with. Get you a little battery where you can just touch the wires.
Little 12 volt action going on.
Yeah.
Welcome back in. Good morning, Huntsville. Thanks for joining us. Great to have Kim Weiser on. Love her so much and what she does with CASA. She is a phenomenal young lady. Her family, we love them so much, and just glad to have her on today to highlight the good happening through CASA and what they're doing for young people here in our community. As always, Jason Thompson joining us on a Tuesday. He is one of our
Yes.
Foundation 5 sponsors of Guardian Defense. LLC.com. That's the new website, Jason.
That is the new website.
Excited about that, man.
I am excited.
So what's going on this weekend? What do you have cranking up? Any more shows right now? What's the deal?
Conroe. We're going to be down at Conroe at the Lone Star Convention Center this weekend.
That's a pretty long travel for you guys.
No,
that's y'all's farthest show, right?
No, that's one of our closest shows, man.
That's why
It's like a vacation.
That's why I was saying that, because I know it's just
We don't have to leave the house at 4 o'clock in the morning.
and you're not having to stay anywhere. I mean, you can just
No.
get up. Is that a 1-day event or 2 days?
No, it's 2 days. Well, it's if you really think about it, it's 3 days. Because we set everything up on Friday. And then the show is Saturday and Sunday. And then we have to take everything, all of our products and stuff. We have to pack them up and bring them back home and unload them and do paperwork and stuff like that. So for a 2-day event, it's really 3.5 to 4 days.
Well, it's Guardian Defense, their new website, Guardian Defense LLC. I love the new website. Easy to navigate, easy to see everything. And, you can book classes right through the website. For instance, your LTC class. Now, I know the price is a little bit different on this. It needs to be updated.
Update the price.
But you just click there, you go through, you can update, and, you can go ahead. You don't have to put in your payment information yet on the website because once that goes through, you guys will call them and you take it by phone or they can pay when they get there.
Right.
But you can reserve your classes right through the website. Again, Guardian Defense LLC.com.
We have some seats, We've got a few seats available coming up on the 30th of this month. Love to have you guys out.
Also, some other courses here: the NRA Basic Pistol Course, the Basic Rifle Course, and some reviews here from some of the satisfied clients.
And we teach other courses, but on those other courses, guys, we want a good foundation, so that's why we don't let you book them online, because you have to take some prerequisites. We want to make sure that you know what you're doing.
And Stephanie Pitts did win. I need to go bring her certificate so she can come out there as well. So, well, Jason, again, appreciate you, man. We're going to wrap up here in just a few moments. I have to.
What do you got going today, Rob?
Got our. Man, I'm telling you, man, it's so weird. Like, my mind just. The other day we were watching a movie and I forgot the actor, and I know John Travolta was in this movie. Mm-hmm. It's a really good movie, and I obviously can't remember the name of the movie, but we just watched it, and it was about one. What was that movie, Bridget? If you're watching, help me out here. Domestic something, man. But it was about a guy that moved into this town. And he was like this, everybody saw him as a philanthropist. He was doing all this great work. Well, really, he was running away from a racketeering scheme that he was a part of, where money laundering and people got killed and all this. And Vince Vaughn was in the movie. John Travolta's a really good movie. I thought it was pretty good, to be honest. And so we were watching that movie, and here I go on a tangent. I can't even remember why I brought that up.
Oh,
I have no idea.
Gosh. I don't know.
Anyways.
So what's on your plans? I know you said you had a doctor's appointment today.
Yeah, I got our. That's where I started with all this, because I couldn't remember the name of the group. We have our group this morning with preferred partners with the chamber, and then I may be able to make it back. We have a doctor's appointment a little bit later after that. I may be able to make it back for WCRC today.
Well, that'd be good.
WCRC is a fun group, man. How many are in the group now?
I think over 20 different businesses right now. 20, 22, something like that.
Today is, before we go, National Sour Candy Day today. Are you a sour candy guy?
No.
Jason, don't even talk about that around me.
I don't like sour candy.
What about tropical fruit?
Give or take it.
Yeah. You don't come across as like a tropical fruit kind of guy to me.
Not really.
More of like a meat and potatoes. That's
much
how I am, man. I'm more of a meat and potatoes guy.
Yep.
National Caviar Day, definitely not my alley.
I tried that one time. I wasn't impressed.
It's also World Listening Day today. That's an important one.
World Listening Day.
My dad told me a long time ago, this thing that flaps with your gums, he said, keep that closed. Keep these two things between your brain more open, and you'll do a lot more in this world.
Yeah.
So
that's sound advice.
There you go. Sound advice today. Hey, before we go, too, I always like to provide a little bit of inspiration for you. And this morning, working on putting together a book that I've been writing for a little over a year now, some ideas and using the assistance of some technology to help with this book as well. But the topics and the ideas, it's a devotional book that I've been working on for quite some time. And I wanted to share this morning, that regardless of what others see in you, continue to shine. Do what you do. The word says in Matthew 5:16, in the same way, let your good deeds shine out for all to see, so that everyone will praise your heavenly Father. You'll notice in that verse, it's not do your thing so everybody will see you. It's so they'll see the Creator in you. In life, friends, there are people who will appreciate your talents and support you unconditionally. That's the truth. But however, there may also be those who feel threatened when your abilities outshine them. But remember this morning, that your gifts are God-given, and they're intended to shine brightly. When we shine, we're not trying to diminish others at all, but illuminate the world with God's love and grace. True friends will celebrate your talents and encourage you to utilize them for good. And those who feel threatened by your abilities are battling their own insecurities. There's always a key to these messages. The key this morning is to keep shining regardless of the response of others. Don't dim your light to make others comfortable. I think sometimes we get a little nervous, and there's a humble aspect to it as well, but don't dim what you do because you may make someone else feel uncomfortable, if that makes sense. Keep using your talents to glorify God. Be confident in your abilities that God has given you, and let them lead you to your destiny. In doing so, you're not only honoring God, which is the most important thing, but you're also inspiring others to shine their light as well. I came across some friends the other day that said, I'm doing some things, but I just don't want to put it out there. I said, put it out there, man. Mm-hmm. You're good at what you do. There's a guy I was talking to he's great, does voiceover work. I said, put it out there, man. He's like, well, I don't want to embarrass this guy. I put it out there. Who cares?
Yeah,
do what you do.
Do what you do.
Ain't nobody do what you do like you do.
That's it.
I don't even know where that came from, Jason.
I don't either.
Ain't nobody do what you do like you do, because that's what you do.
That's it.
All right?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, friends, it's been a fun one here on a Tuesday. Appreciate you joining us. Jason, any final remarks before we go? Appreciate you being here, man.
Yeah, it's great to be back. Do it live.
There we are.
In the studio.
Don't go on YouTube and look up Bill O'Reilly Do It Live. Have you ever seen that video?
No.
He goes ballistic.
Okay.
Drops a few profanities. It says, we'll do it live.
Okay.
It's a really funny
I haven't
outburst.
seen that, but maybe I should go look at it now.
Go look it up, Bill O'Reilly. We'll do it live, but you didn't hear about it here on this show.
Okay.
We'll do it live, though, again tomorrow morning, as we will be joined by some friends from Cafe Texan. So excited to have them
that'll be
here
cool.
tomorrow.
Can't wait to see that.
Can't wait to see. I hope they bring some food, too, man. I'm hungry.
sure that they are going to bring you some food.
I'm hungry for some Cafe Texan food. Tom will be here, the executive chef, will be joining us along with Kay and Rick Boning. Thursday, Justin Killingsworth is here with us. And then on Friday, we'll have Brian Mathis from the Kiwanis Club talking about their poker tournament. There's a lot of events going on.
Yeah, I saw the post for that yesterday. It looked fun.
Are you a poker guy?
I like to play every once in a while.
I'm not good at poker, but I enjoy playing.
Right.
My
Might be something fun to do.
My friend always posts like he's at these major poker tournaments and brings home quite a big stash. And that's good for him.
Yeah.
I can't play. I'm terrible at it.
Poker's more about playing people than it is cards.
That's right. That's where they get the poker face.
Mm-hmm.
No poker face on this show. We'll tell it how it is, and we'll always lift you up and inspire
you
you. Again, friends, thanks for joining us here. Excited as always to bring you the show each and every day. Big thank you to Jason Thompson and Guardian Defense. Go by their website, guardiandefensellc.com.
Yeah, check it out. Let us know if you like it.
As we wrap it up today, I want to remind you, Huntsville, that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Until tomorrow morning, good morning, Huntsville, and God bless. Have a great day, everyone.